Hello, Oracles. Well, I think Tesla has a Q4 surprise up their sleeves. We're going to get into some of that in a minute. Just wanted to thank you all for who were on the live stream last night with Farzad. That was an awesome time. So glad he was on. And I apologize I wasn't able to get to all of your questions in the comments. We just had a lot going on, and he actually gave me some great ideas afterwards. So like we do our live stream on Fridays, where it's kind of, interactive with all of you guys, he actually puts out links to a bunch of his patrons and members. I'm going to do the same. So if you guys are interested in even hopping on the live stream yourself, if you want, by all means, I'm going to throw those out to you guys when we do our Friday live streams. So this way we can all have a discussion, and I'm going to throw links out to a bunch of other people as well, like Farzad himself. And if he's able, he will be able to jump on as well. Then we can have a lot more interaction going on. So very much looking forward to that. So thank you guys all so much for last night. Had a great time. We had a lot of great discussions. If you guys want to check out that video, it's down in the description below. So looking at some of the things that we have going forward when it comes to Tesla's Q4 surprise, sounds like the Shanghai Consumer Protection Department had disclosed the fact that the subsidies are going to be ending at the end of this year, which is leading to some people thinking that Tesla's going to be going back up on their prices after the first of the year. So with that said, a lot of people are going out to be buying their Teslas before the end of the year. So we might see a rush and a push for deliveries over in China domestically just because of this reason. We'll see, and we have to see how it all plays out, but it sounds like this is what's going on right now. And of course, we know that whenever there's going to be a price cut, a lot of people over in China are anticipating that because, they're very protective when it comes to their money. So they want to make sure that they, get the best bang for their buck. So if they know that the prices are going to be going up, they're all going to want to have their orders put in before the end of the year. So we might actually see a delivery surprise come the end of the year. Right now, it looks like analysts are expecting about 400,000 deliveries. Gary Black is looking at 430,000. Farzad himself has 450,000, and I'm at 463,000 for deliveries by the end of the year. So we will see what Q4 looks like. Obviously, we have a lot more information to go. We still have 2 months to play out. So we'll monitor this, but it looks like we may be seeing quite a surprise for Q4. Now, other things that we have talked about on here that could surprise us for Q4 are going to be once we get past the elections, we are probably going to be getting some good news coming out of Tesla. We've been discussing how when you have such a negative environment, anything that you say that's going to be positive is just going to get, pushed to the wayside and kind of overshadowed by all the negativity that is out there. Right now, we've got a lot of uncertainty and negativity. We've got the Twitter overhang. We don't know if Elon has sold or not yet. We have not seen any Form 4 filings to see if it was definitely him selling on Monday. We don't know what's going on with that. We don't know if the deal is going to be finalized before they have their court date on Friday. We've got big tech earnings that are going on this week, which we're going to get into in a minute. Then we've got the FOMC meeting going on next week where the Fed's going to be raising rates, most likely 75 basis points. The week after that, we're going to be having Election Day on my birthday, which, by the way, we're probably going to do a special live stream. We'll see about that one. I'll let you guys know. But anyway, there's a lot going on in the next 2 weeks that are negative. So if Tesla came out with any news, even if Tesla came out and said, hey, we have 2 new gigafactories opening up in Canada and Indonesia, it'd be exciting, but that news would be short-lived because there's so much other stuff going on right now. Once we get past all of this other stuff that's going on in the noise in the next 2 weeks, then we're probably going to see some information coming out. That could surprise us even more for the fourth quarter. So again, we do still have a large macro blanket that's going to be on us for probably the next 12 months. We do see some signs of a bigger recession coming over the next year. So I don't know how much of a push we're going to see in the stock price itself. But as Farzad and I were talking about last night, when you're looking at a discount on anything that you're buying, if you go out and you see something on sale for 50% off, do you get upset that it's 50% off? No, you get excited because you're like, oh my gosh, I can buy what I want for 50% off. This is fantastic. So you go and you buy it, and you don't sit there and you say, oh, do I want to buy it now for 50% off, or do I want to wait and see if it's going to be 75% off? You got, as a dad, I go out there and I look at sneakers. I'm like, all right, I see this great pair of sneakers. I see buy one, get one half off. I'm going to buy as many of those pairs of sneakers as I can because I know that they're going to be a great sneaker and they're going to last me a long time. And if I could buy more pairs right now, that'll be even better because that means I have to go shopping less in the future. That to me is exciting. That is how I'm looking at Tesla stock right now. Sure, maybe the price comes down in the future. Maybe we get to that end of the season sale and you could buy one pair and get 2 free. All right, but do I want to take that chance? No, maybe they won't have my size later. I'm just going to buy what I can now. And guess what? If they do end up having that deal later on where you could buy one and get 2 pair free, I'll just go and buy more. It's not like they're going to go bad. It's not like Tesla stock is going to go bad. Not financial advice. I don't know what the future is going to bring, but this is the way I am viewing it. I'm viewing it like my nice brand new New Balance sneakers, and I'm just going to buy myself a whole bunch of pairs right now because they're on sale. That's what I am doing at the moment. So anything that happens over the next year, to me, I'm just paying attention to the fundamentals. As Farzad and I were talking about last night, the amount of things that are coming up for Tesla in the future are mind-blowing. We've got the Cybertruck coming out next year. We've got most likely the compact car getting released in 2024. We are going to be having the robotaxi coming in 2024. We've got FSD being solved. Semis are going to be a lot bigger than I think a lot of people think. And as Farzad was explaining last night, when it comes to logistics, that was the area that he was in. That's going to be a huge game changer for Tesla when it comes to logistics and cost cutting right there. That will speed up deliveries as well because that will be a bottleneck that they will be in control of. They don't have to worry about other people and third parties delivering their vehicles for them. They could do them all themselves. So many positive things are coming for Tesla in the future. Any of these prices are awesome to me. And looking at the stock price itself, we did end up breaking trends slightly yesterday. So there's 2 downward trends that we were on yesterday, and I took a look at the charts. I'm going to go over them again tonight with you guys. And we broke trend on the most recent near-term trend. So we broke out of that. We still could not close above 223. That is still a level that is being a little stubborn for us at the moment. We'll see if we can get through that by the end of the week. But other than that, we do have a longer downward trend that we are on, still looking to break through that. We're consolidating nicely. So again, I spoke about it yesterday. We're consolidating between 200 and 222, 223 levels, which is nice. This is what we've been looking for. We want to see this consolidation around this area, and then we'll be looking for a breakout or a breakdown. Anything can happen in the future, but that's what we're looking for at the moment. So for me, to buy the stock at these levels is very good because we have found this nice consolidation phase that I've been looking forward to. So now looking at big tech earnings, we did close nicely yesterday, fell down after hours just because we had earnings come out for both Google and Microsoft. Microsoft beat earnings, but they gave weak guidance for the future. That is leading us to believe that there is going to be a potential bigger recession coming. Google actually missed earnings by 15%, and that's not looking very good for them. But again, they're still showing strong growth year over year. So it's not a huge concern, but again, it's just another sign that we are getting into potentially a bigger recession in the future. Usually ad spending is one of the first things that get cut out of people's budgets, and we are seeing that with Google, and they're losing a little bit of that with YouTube. Again, this just happens naturally. If Google was around with YouTube as it is now back in 2008 and 2009, we would be seeing the exact same things going on back then. So not anything out of the ordinary, but just something to pay attention to as we move forward over the next year. So then looking at other earnings that we have going on, we've got Meta coming out tonight, and then we're going to be having Apple and Amazon tomorrow. So we'll see if Apple and Amazon can come out, maybe turn the market around. But big tech earnings usually have a way to move the market a lot in one way or the other, just because there are so many institutions that are invested in them that when one of them moves, it ends up bringing the entire fund down, and Tesla happens to be in a bunch of those funds. While the institutional holding for Tesla is not very high right now, when one of them comes down, Tesla is still in some of them, so they do feel the effects of those movements one way or the other. And another big piece of information that we have coming out this week is the PCE. That's the personal consumption expenditure. That is one of the biggest pieces of data that the Fed looks at when it comes to raising interest rates. So I don't think it's going to change their view at all. I think we're still going to be getting that 75 basis point hike come next week. But this is another good indicator as to where we could be seeing the Fed going in the future. So again, we don't know what's going on. The Fed still has running off their balance sheet. So when we see the Fed pulling money out of the economy, that just means that there's less money out there to be invested. This is why we're seeing a full pull down in the entire market. It's just natural, less money to be spent, less money is going to be invested as well. So that's just kind of where we're at the moment. So, we've got a bunch of institutions who are trying to put their money in places to be able to get all of their clientele the best bang for their buck. So right now, a good chunk of that is in bonds. We did see 10-year treasury yields coming down, which means that we saw those equities going up a little bit over the last couple of days. But now we've got the big tech earnings. So again, just a lot of uncertain and unsettled waters that we're in at the moment. So we could be up and down. I'll just monitor this day to day. But again, long term, I think these now are the times that we're going to be looking back at and say, I wish we had bought more. That's the way I am looking at it. That's the way I am playing it. So the way I have my portfolio set up is all based on percentages right now. So Tesla right now is about 70, almost 71%, just because we had that nice little run yesterday. So as we go up, I put more money into cash, sitting that on the sidelines, just because, as we're running up, we may end up coming back down. I don't know which way we're going to go in the future when it comes to Tesla, but I do know that the next year is going to be unsettled. So I know that we are going to have a roller coaster ride. We will have ups and downs. So I will be putting some money in when we come down. And for me, that just gets my emotions out of it because I'm like, oh, I have money on the sidelines. I don't have to kick myself and be like, ah, dang it, I missed that chance to buy lower. I always have money to buy lower. That to me is the way I do it. Some of you guys are all in. I love the fact that you guys are all in and you just ride it out like champions and have at it. That's just not the way I'm built, and that's just not the way I do it. So that's the way I play it, is by having a little bit of cash on the sidelines, because when the stock is coming down and I'm like, oh man, the stock is coming down, I can now enjoy those moments because I have that cash to add into it. So again, that's just the way I play it. But again, looking long term, I don't think it truly matters whether you buy in at 200, 250, 300. Some of you I know are in over 350. To me, I don't think that's going to matter. Once we look back at this from 2025, I think we're going to be probably close to $1,000 for a share price in 2025. So looking back at that, if you were in at 380, that's still almost a 3x on your money. So to me, I am really not concerned long term. I just do these things in the near term because I like to learn about the market and the pulse of it and how things move and how the sentiment and how market manipulators run things up and down. And so when it comes to Q4, I think we are going to get a nice surprise coming out of this. I think we're going to have a lot of positive momentum going into the end of the year. Once we get past some of this near-term extra FUD that is going on, I think we're going to be coming out and having some very good positivity into the end of the year. We'll get some very good news. We'll probably have the Cybertruck ordering page up as well. So a lot of good things that are going to be pushing us into next year. A surprise delivery number may be coming out as well. We have not seen any adjustments when it comes to analyst expectations for the end of the year, despite this new information that we have gotten. So we'll probably see some of those updates coming soon, but nothing as of yet. We may even get Moody's coming out and giving us a credit rating upgrade as well. So this way we will not have a split rating. So that will be another positive for the future. Then at that point, we will have a lot more institutions who will be willing to get into the stock once we do get out of this macro blanket and institutions decide to get back into equities. That will be a massive push for the stock price going forward and push it way up. And I want to be in before institutions really start dumping their money in, because I cannot compete with institutional money because there's just so much of it there. They can actually move the stock price. I cannot. So I'm looking forward to getting in before they do. So you guys can let me know in the comments below. What do you think we are going to have for a Q4 surprise? Do you think we are going to actually beat deliveries by a significant amount? What are your delivery forecasts at the moment for the end of the year? You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. If you found any value in this video, please consider liking it and sharing it with others. We do have a Discord chat. That link is down in the description. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. If you'd like to support the channel any further, we do have a membership program and a Patreon. Those links are also in the description. And if you guys get in down there, I will share links with you guys as well so that you can join the live streams on Fridays. Thank you all so much. Have a great one.